Juuling has become a popular practice among particularly young adults. However, recent studies have shown that these small devices could be more dangerous than just recreational. I talked with pulmonary specialist Dr. Yun Shim and Dr. Catherine Bonham to learn more about the health concerns of juuling and how these effects are still left to be discovered. Juuling, the term used when smoking the sleek flash drive-like cigarette, has become increasingly attractive over time. The Juul's popularity, which depends on the user's age, stems from a variety of reasons.
The older population are typically using Juul thinking that it's a transition out of cigarette because there's a nicotine component and such. And it's not causing, and it looks like a nice, very clean device. Sometimes the vaping is a little different, but Juuling is a very clean device with a nice, thumb drive looking. Sometimes there's a couple with a thumb drive. So it's kind of attractive and a lot of peer pressure.
It's important to recognize that these products are not well tested in people. And so we know for people that have some lung diseases that are underlying, like asthma, they are irritants. For people that have healthy lungs, we don't know what the long-term effects are. And there's a lot of concern in the doctor and the scientific community that some of these products like Juuling and e-cigarettes are going to cause some long-term problems in the young people that are using them now.
Besides recent studies shown of Juuling being linked to coughing, shortness of breath, and fatigue, Dr. Shim has analyzed that the Juul's composition of nicotine and its flavoring are also linked to possible health concerns.
So nicotine, the biggest thing that we're worrying about is that the nicotine caused addiction, leading to eventually using other inhalation substances like marijuana, but also getting actually eventually into the cigarette. Flavoring is a little different. So people will put like a vanilla, cinnamon, and strawberries and all that. So what happened is that when you burn this, it causes a certain size particle, and because the size particle is too big, it won't go all the way down to the bottom of the lung, but just enough, and it'll cause an inflammation in a small airway. And the prediction is that it'll cause a disease called bronchiolitis, so a small bronchial inflammation and narrowing.
Juuling is not the only form of e-cigarettes that have caused national attention. Earlier this month, headlines have confirmed a 6th person dead due to lung complications from vaping. Virginia legislation has also passed a law prohibiting the purchase and use of vaping and e-cigarette products under 21, a hopeful change to educate people on the dangers of smoking these devices.
Cumulatively, if you smoke, the chances of that causing disease is very high. It's just that you won't know until you hit 50, 55, 60, when in fact that you're about to retire and enjoy your life.
That might take up to 20 years to develop. And so it's important to know that while the generation that is using e-cigarettes and Juuls will be affected, we don't yet know what that effect's going to be.
So having that awareness is a difficult argument, but I think that's probably the most effective argument we have now. That's why I think we're really trying hard to study with actual patients or the smokers to see that there's early changes that are highly concerning.
But we're definitely concerned that it's not something that if you haven't started, you should start. And definitely that if you have friends that are using those products, talk to them about other ways to cope with stress, other ways to socialize, and stop using the products.
Doctors are hoping that with the recent legislation passed, young adults will better understand the risk involved with using these e-cigarettes. I'm Kara Peters, WUVA.